Hello, my weebs and gamers, my fellow One Piece fans. Stop everything you're doing, hold your horses and brace for impact because the One Piece live action Netflix trailer has just dropped. Yes, if you didn't know, One Piece, the highest selling manga in the history of anime and manga, is getting a live action adaptation. And as a big One Piece fan myself, I thought you guys would be interested in seeing my reaction and thoughts on the trailer. Now, I would normally stream my reaction to this, but I haven't had time to do a full stream, and I'm already a day late on it, so if you're a One Piece fan, you've probably already seen this because this was posted 1 day ago and it's already got 4 million views. But I'm trying to come into this blind and as unbiased as possible, but anyone who's familiar with live action anime adaptations would know that's a very hard thing to do. So you know what, I'm not going to dwell on it any longer, let's just have a look at what this trailer is all about.
Ever since I was a kid.
Okay, first thoughts. Now, I've heard for the production that instead of using CG, they've gone and built as much of the set as they could. And seeing the Going Merry IRL and not some CG rendition of the Going Merry, already, I'm very, very happy. I do like the fact that they've recreated as much as they could. POV, it's your first Comic-Con and you tried to cosplay. Oh, okay. That didn't look bad actually. Baratie, actually, that looked pretty damn good. Yo, was that Zoro? Hell, okay, actually, Zoro looks pretty damn good. They've got his energy down. Yeah, he looks dripped out. He looks good, man. Nami, okay. One thing I've got to say is that despite the fact that all these characters look very faithful to the original character designs, every time I see a live action trailer like this, it's hard for me to shake the feeling that all of these characters look like cosplayers. I don't know if this is a me thing, but no matter how high the budget seems to be or who's taking over production, this is a reaction I always seem to get. It doesn't look bad, but I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the Sea Kings.
With bigger islands.
Oh, that looks freaky. Holy shit. Oh, what? Was that Buggy? Oh my god. Buggy. Oh my god, you look terrifying. Oh, what is this? Oh. He looks fucking terrifying.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
Alright, that was pretty good. What, was that Usopp? Was that Usopp? Oh, that's Usopp.
We haven't sailed together for very long.
Sanji, oh. Is that Sanji? Hell yeah. Okay. The real question is, are they gonna give him a cigarette or a lollipop? That's what I need to know. That's my pressing question right now.
Together for very long, but
I know we've got each other's backs.
Okay, wait. I gotta go back. Out of everyone so far, I actually like what they've done with Usopp the most. I like the fact they didn't commit to his Pinocchio nose, and he looks like just a normal person who embodies Usopp's energy without looking overly cartoonish or like a cosplayer. How is it that Usopp is the one that looks the most realistic so far? Oh, okay, no, I'm not gonna lie, that did look a bit goofy. All right, was that it? Okay. All right, first impressions. That was better than I thought it was going to be. I am not going to lie, when the idea of a live-action One Piece anime adaptation got announced, I thought this was going to be a disaster. And from watching the trailer, I don't think it's going to be a disaster. Firstly, I think the casting choices for all of the characters were absolutely perfect. I don't know how they did it, but they somehow found actors and actresses that so perfectly encapsulate the energy of all of the characters that they're playing. If the One Piece crew did actually exist in real life, these are the people who would be those characters. How the hell were they so perfect? And because of that, from what we were shown, I think they got the chemistry down pretty much perfectly. Just the short scenes of the banter that we're used to seeing in the Straw Hat crew got a chuckle out of me like I was watching the anime, and I gotta give them credit for that. Another thing is that I think that the sets were pretty damn good. I'm really glad that they put the effort in to actually build these sets up from the ground up and not rely on some like Star Wars Episode 1 where everything is green screen. So even beyond the cast and the chemistry, it does actually seem like the production team behind this really do care and are really trying their hardest to recreate the magic and the world of One Piece. But And I do think this is a pretty big but. I think it says a lot that the consensus and reaction around this seems to be, well, that didn't look as shit as I thought it was going to be. You don't need to be an old, jaded turbo anime boomer like me to know that live action anime adaptations don't have the greatest track record. I think I can count on one hand the number of actually good live action adaptations to exist, and a pattern I see with them is you think of something like Edge of Tomorrow, for example, which I actually think is good. A big reason why that works is because they were able to make massive changes to the original storyline and characters to make it fit a live action film as a more loosely based story rather than a one-to-one adaptation. One Piece does not have that luxury. Watching this trailer gave me the same vibes as seeing a parody trailer on YouTube made by fans. And what I've learned after seeing enough of these videos is that these videos work well as like a short YouTube video. You see these really talented YouTubers making videos like Dragon Ball Z fights in real life or One Punch Man live action. They always pop up as a viral video and get shared on every social media platform you can imagine because it's like a fun, cool, what if kind of concept, you know? But as soon as you have to judge it not on a fun conceptual YouTube video, but as a fully fledged live action TV show, that's when the novelty starts to wear off and you actually have to judge it through critical eyes. And it's normally then when the real problems of adapting anime to live action really start to surface. Because I am a firm believer that whatever works in animation does not always translate well into live action. And I don't think there's an anime series that is harder to translate than One Piece. One Piece is cartoonish and goofy even by anime standards. One of the biggest barriers it comes to getting into One Piece, and one of the biggest barriers I've found when talking to other fans, is just how goofy it can be at times. Like, one of the big things that always came up in the Big Three debate, whenever that was a thing, is Bleach and Naruto fans would always clown on how goofy and dumb One Piece looked. And you know what? They're kind of right in some ways. One Piece doesn't have the sleek and cool designs of something like Bleach. There are moments in One Piece that are very goofy, very cartoonish, and this is only going to get extrapolated in a live action setting. I think there are a few moments in the trailer that really stood out to me. First is the Gum Gum pistol, which just looks ridiculous, but at the end of the day, I don't know how you make his attacks not look ridiculous. I mean, God knows if they're able to get up to Gear 4, how much of an abomination that's gonna look in live action. And then there's Buggy. He looks like that guy in 2007 that watched The Dark Knight once and was like, I'm gonna turn up as the Joker to every Halloween party ever. But that's the thing though, a character like Buggy only really works because it's in anime. He's this goofy, silly, comic relief character that sometimes we take super seriously. And I'm not saying it can't work, but seeing something like this, I'm not entirely convinced. To his credit though, there is genuine reasons that you can get excited about it over. Oda, the original creator, seems to be heavily involved with this in one way or another. From what I've read, it seems like every major decision in terms of production always has to get approval from Oda himself, and I can certainly tell that from the casting of every character, because every character is just perfect. And like I said, from what I've seen and read from interviews from the production team, it genuinely does feel like everyone involved is a big One Piece fan and really does give a shit. But to not sound like a broken record, I think I've seen this somewhere before. I'm getting a slight hint of deja vu because I felt something similar before the live action Cowboy Bebop got released. You know, in the lead up to that getting released, on paper, it seemed like it had a lot of things going for it. Genuinely, it seemed like, again, a lot of people in the production really cared about Cowboy Bebop and the IP and really gave a shit to making it a good, faithful adaptation. You know, we had Shinichiro Watanabe on as a producer, and Yoko freaking Kano came back just to do the music. And everyone might have forgotten this by now, but when they released the teaser trailer, it is to this day one of the coolest teaser trailers for any live action anime IP I've ever seen. I remember watching that when that got released and thinking, God damn, you know what? Maybe this is actually gonna slap. On paper, it seemed like it could be really good, and I personally do believe that everyone working on it truly did love the IP and tried their damned hardest to make it work. But even that wasn't enough to save it from the disaster that it was. You know, I might sound like I'm coming into this really skeptical and pessimistic, but I sincerely do want this to be good. As a One Piece fan, nothing would make me happier than out of all the anime to exist, for it to be One Piece, to have an actual really good live action anime adaptation. But I've been here enough times, and fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And this is fool me attempt number 1000 right now. That's not a number. The only way I see this working is if it actually embraces its own goofiness. There needs to be some sort of self-awareness and ability to laugh at itself and how ridiculous it can get at times. If they can find a way to just have fun with it and convey that to the audience, that's the only avenue I really see with this. But as it stands, from watching this trailer alone, my gut reaction is, it's not gonna be a disaster, but it's not gonna be anything special either. But who knows, I might be completely wrong when this gets released, but as Kratos once said, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. And yeah, that was everything I wanted to say about the One Piece live action teaser trailer. Regardless of if it's gonna be good or not, you know I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna be watching it either way. But anyway, that's it from me. I've been Gigguk, and I'll see you all next time.